one of our very favorite topics. This is our fourth arthritis education event. We sincerely started back in 2023. I like the topic arthritis because I have worked with people with arthritis for more than 20 years. I worked in NHS as well. NHS could not help more people in the way how they are deserving. And no disrespect, because of the demand is higher, because we get to know arthritis now in the very early days than we used to be. So that's also a bit of a pressure. That does not mean people care should be compromised. Hence, we are born. So we are on the brink of curing arthritis. What do you think about that? That's a lie. You can research it. Wonderful articles. And it's available on BBC Science Focus. You can look into that as well. So they focus on how the early management, what are all the advanced treatments available for folks who are already having to suffer with arthritis.
For the better understanding, we can see the hip and the knee joint, which is a more common sort of joints to be affected with arthritis, right? The most striking feature of arthritis is that the cartilage, the soft tissue in the joint, gets thinner and thinner. In the early days, if it is not managed or addressed, it can start to fissure and split onto the joint surface. That means it's just going to expose the underlying tissue. And that's when you can start experiencing pain or mobility restriction. Broadly, arthritis can be classified into early, moderate, and advanced stages. So when it gets to the advanced phase, there are now, as the research says, multiple options to offer treatment for.
This has been also studied on people with identical twins. One person was doing an office-based, desk-based role, and the other person was doing a lot of manual, like plumber, electrician. And they studied on their spine and the joints. Interestingly, there wasn't any change between those two. It is not necessarily that a physical person needs to get more arthritis. In fact, people in the physical activity, higher side of physical activity, they control the arthritis much more better than people on the non-physical side of it. 70% of us will develop symptomatic arthritis. Most common form of arthritis is osteoarthritis. There are up to 200 different types of arthritis in the world. People have saying stiffness first thing in the morning, few steps. I have to take 20 minutes. It takes my joints to be ready, and I find it difficult to come down the stair first time in the morning.
Can I say going upstairs is much more difficult for me than coming down?
Excellent. So there is a reason why you find it difficult with going upstairs than coming downstairs. You want to know? When people having joint limitations, they find it very harder to climb up. When people have weakness on the muscle groups supporting the joint, they find it very hard to go downstairs. A true physios involves what is that person's joints needs or muscles need, and they'll be completely curable in terms of what is the structural changes needs to be amended, which means most of the time it will be a joint function, joint flexibility. So what I'm trying to say is here, it's not always the same presentation, even though the condition is the same condition, the joint pain. So it affects the person in a way how their lifestyle and how the quality of life is as well. Once understood that and explained what is the difference, how we make that difference and show them the difference, and the recovery starts to begin. And that's what we do. So it's more or less tailored to you with unlimited access. Not heal, but also prevent. Some of the injuries, we should not have it, but earlier the better. But at the stage where we are now, so we are able to reverse a lot of functional difficulties when people do have arthritis. It's possible, but it has to be individually tailored and accessed. The key message is it is practically curable of all your symptoms, but not the signs.